All right, welcome to Playboy TV. Today we have a very unique, sexy goddess. A star with 500 movie credits to her name, at least, I think.
Yes.
And she has her own company,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And also a girl that was on Playboy TV for years, right? So please welcome the sensational Alexandra Silk.
Hey, that's me.
Yes.
Hey, Silky in the house. Silky is my AKA.
Yeah.
Silky. So some people call me Alex or Silky. I guess because of my mouth.
Really?
Or no, my pussy.
I was gonna say that I remember, and thank you for coming. Let me tell you that first.
Thank you for making me come.
Thank you for making me come. I was gonna say I remember that I looked forward to working with you because you did have silky stuff.
Skin, hair.
Silky stuff. When I say stuff, I mean the stuff, the goods. It was good. But how did you get your stage name?
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
saying so. That touched my heart and my pussy. It really did.
No,
Sincere, I can tell.
But I'm serious because I work with a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of girls I work with.
So thank you.
And I remember you. I forget so many girls that don't mean like I really want to have sex with them.
Yeah.
But I did want to have sex with you.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You were asking about my name. I got it from Jim South at World Modeling because that was my stairway to heaven. I walked up the stairs. I said, I want to get into adult. And he's like, well, Alex, you got to come up with a last name. I was just wearing a silk shirt. He says, how about Silk? And I was like, there we go. So
your real name is Alexandria? Alex?
Alex, wait. My legal name?
Oh, no. How'd you get Alex?
Oh, Alex. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
Alexandria.
Yeah, that was Alexandra came from my first lover, my first girl lover.
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah.
She gave you that name.
I took it. I stole it.
Really?
Yeah.
That was her name?
Yeah. She didn't know, though. I mean, this was years later.
Oh, okay.
It's just a favorite name of mine forever.
Oh, that's interesting. So you had that name before you got into Jim's office?
Well,
Pretty much?
yeah, but he said I have to have a last name, so that's where we came up with.
We're going to bring Jim up in a little while, but, now I know that you were directly from Jim.
Yes, or AKA Bailiff Silk, too. I'm known as the Bailiff on Playboy TV.
Bailiff Silk, okay.
Bailiff. I played the bailiff for many years or it still airs on Playboy.
How many years?
8 years we recorded,
Really?
8 seasons. And yeah.
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. It was great working with Julie Strain, the Judge Julie.
She was a popular girl. I know that I heard that name before.
Yes.
She did regular B movies or something,
Yes,
right?
she's the queen of B movies. And she was the Judge Julie, 6'1" and worth the climb.
She was
Just a
tall.
goddess, yeah.
Really pretty?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so, working for Playboy was really wonderful too, because you got perks like going to the mansion and the Playboy parties,
Really?
hanging out with Hugh Hefner and such.
Wow.
Yeah.
My cousin was a playmate.
Oh, nice. So
My second cousin. But yeah, my father's cousin.
she had a key to the mansion then. Probably got to go to all the Christmas parties and New Year's parties.
She married Paul Mitchell.
Nice.
Right? So that's like $4 billion strong.
Oh, hello.
Anyways, but we don't want to put her on blast.
But you know what? I gotta say, T, out of all the parties, Larry Flynt knows how to throw a party.
Yeah, I thought they were cool, right?
Whoa! He one time threw one out of his airplane hangar in Santa Monica. Yeah.
Oh, I think he did it twice.
Yeah. He arrived in his airplane. Yeah.
Very creative.
Yes. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he's cool. I mean, he has a lot of style, you know?
Yeah.
So Larry Flynt, yeah, he had a lot of style. That jet was black. It was a G2, I think, Gulfstream number 2.
Yes, and he arrived in his wheelchair with 4 naked girls pushing him down the red carpet.
Yeah. If you listen to Jim South's interview, I think the second part, you'll hear a little something about him and Larry doing some business. And it's not all that exciting. I mean, it's exciting, but it's not all pleasurable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wasn't a party. Yeah.
It wasn't a party.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can check that out. Anyway, so back to you. So, yeah, Larry Flynt definitely got a lot of style. Playboy had style too, though, don't you think? Did you go to their parties?
They tried to put the class in ass, right? But it's all changed now. So.
No, but the Playboy. Since you were a part of Playboy, did you go to their parties?
Yes.
What was it? You like Larry's party more?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Like he literally had girls on pedestals.
Yeah.
They were just rotating. All they had to do is be beautiful and strike a pose.
Right. The idea behind that is better because the Playboy, I didn't see that happening. I saw some girls with getting painted, their bodies painted. Did you see that at their parties? Sometimes?
Yes.
Playboy parties? Yes. But Larry had the girls all over the place on pedestals, like you said. It was pretty cool.
In tubes with rose petals floating up in the air. That was cool because you got to touch them, but you couldn't touch them because they're in these tubes.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Yeah. Really?
That was incredible.
He, you know, his mind, I think Larry Flynt's mind is above, way, way, way above average. He's a very intellectual person, I'm pretty sure. We met him, but, you know. So I remember the scene we did one time in a creek. It wasn't in like a river, more of a creek, not a river, but a creek on the big island of Kona, right?
Yes.
Right? What did you think of that scene?
Oh my gosh. That was just a perfect day, perfect scenery. It was just incredible. And then for some reason I remember Heather Hunter was there.
Yeah.
And she was taking photographs in a tree and a...
Of our scene?
Yeah.
Part of it?
Yeah. Huh. It was she... I haven't seen the scene in a long time, but have you seen it?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but ironically enough, I have a DVD Vivid gave me, The Best of TT.
Yeah.
And that... the still shot is on the back of that movie, me and you.
Nice.
So I have not looked in there, but you know what? I'm going to take a look.
Nice.
Because I remember we did the anal scene, right?
I do believe.
Yeah, right there on a rock, I'm pretty sure, right?
I do oh, yeah.
Right, with the water going by, right?
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a good scene. What do you think?
Yes, it was. And Gentile was there. Remember Gentile?
Oh, she was beautiful, but I don't remember her being there. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, wow.
I think that was, flashback.
Yeah, way back. That's like over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 1998, huh? Wow. Maybe, right?
You are correct.
How many scenes did we do together? Do you remember?
That I don't know. We'll have to IAFD it.
All right. I think 2 or 3, that's what I think.
Yeah, not many.
At least 2, right?
It was quality, not quantity.
Yeah, that's always better. But I like it all, you know? I like quantity with quality.
Oh, I love that you still like it all still, too.
Oh, I'm a maniac.
Ooh, that's
Still.
great. By the way, I specifically remember someone in a van driving off the cliff, and the whole crew went to go see what happened. Do you remember that?
No,
in
really?
Hawaii?
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Heather's in the tree. Like,
Really?
guys, you forgot about me. You don't remember?
No, I remember that we were on looking for the green sand beach for like 4 hours.
Yes.
And we finally had to hike there. And when we got there, the wind was blowing about 100 miles an hour. So trying doing a scene on the green sand beach with the wind blowing sand in your crevice, vagina, whatever, and on your penis, it doesn't work.
We've had some great locations, huh?
With the green sand beach. Think about it. Green sand beach. Who has that? I've never heard of that. Have you? No. It's like the volcanic, the volcano turned the silica, which is, is glass, kind of, I guess whatever the heat and the texture and the algae, I don't know, made it green. I really don't know for sure, but it was green sand on the green sand beach on Kona in Hawaii.
Now I'm gonna have to go back into the archives and search for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those were good times.
Who were some of your favorite stars to work with? Male and females. Can you remember? I mean, of course.
Certainly Mark Davis. He's incredible with the tongue, for sure. Female-wise, I'm still searching. No. Yeah. Nina Hartley was a favorite. Ginger Lynn.
Yeah, she's so sweet, huh?
To have watched her for so many years and then to actually be in a scene with her was like incredible. And, so that was like, what? Because she came back years later and I never expected that.
I didn't know. So you were a porn fan?
Yes. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret.
When did you start watching porn? Like what, how old? When? What era? That's what I'm interested in, right? Yeah. What era of porn?
I think I was a late bloomer, to be honest. I don't recall really too much, like other than, we didn't have the internet back then, so we got like whatever magazines, but, so I think I was more interested in the lingerie and like catalogs, like Sears. So, for real. I love to look at all the different fashion magazines more. And, but I think in a way, if I were to look back and see what was the first porn. Candy Stripers. Yes.
Candy Stripers. So that's the 80s, I think, right?
Yeah, that was my first adult movie with my husband at the time. And, oh my gosh. There was a fisting scene in it. Really? So that was like, So it was my introduction to porn.
Candy Stripers. Because I thought I was in a Candy Stripers after like number 2, number 3 from Jim Holiday, but that's anyway. So you think that's like 80? Who was the people? Do you remember? Yes. 85, 86?
Oh my gosh, Karen Summers.
Yeah. So that must have been, because I haven't heard of her, so that must have been the early 80s or something.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So she was pretty and you met her and she was cool?
Yeah, just like 2 years ago at Kelly Holland's party.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, one of her party. It's so great. I got a good Ginger Lynn story. So somewhere, this was like about 20 years ago, and she's sitting in a chair and she's eating a little bit, and I sat and shared a chair with her. We're all eating munchies at I'm not sure, a convention in New Jersey, perhaps. And everybody around the table is talking about who their favorite porn star was. And I said, my ultimate all-time ever is Ginger Lynn. And she goes, oh, you're just saying that because you're sitting in the chair with me. And I had no idea. I'm like, oh my God, this is Ginger Lynn. Yeah, we're just sharing the same chair together. It's a great story.
Ironically, I shot her in an interview last Saturday.
Oh, great interview, I bet.
It took 2 days to finish the interview. You know why?
Tell me.
She just has so many stories. Yeah. She was so nice and so sweet and so
informative.
Kind enough to give me all that radical information.
Yes.
Oh, you're crying. Are you crying?
Yeah, I love her. Isn't she the best? I just can't believe this is your first experience with her.
Do you believe I never met her?
Wow.
After all those years?
Wow.
Really, it's crazy, right? And she said she heard about me, and of course I heard about her. I was a big fan, of course. I was a big porn fan when I was a kid. You know?
Yes. Yes.
Right? Yeah, but yeah, so she was so nice. So nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's interesting. So she was sitting right next to you, and this was how long ago?
In the same chair. Like when she was just coming back, like maybe a dozen years ago. And
Oh, yeah?
it was just at a convention somewhere. But
Wow, that's interesting.
of course I really was just like, hey, girlfriend, can I share a chair? You know, so she scooted over, but I didn't realize who it was.
Yeah, she's really so down to earth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was really like, is she that way with everybody? Well, you wouldn't really know, but I mean, she was just so sweet, just like Christy Canyon is so sweet. It's hard to believe, really.
Love. Genuine, sincere, and honest.
If we had more of those people in the world, we'd be a lot happier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they spread the love. They really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
They continue to spread the love.
So Mark Davis is one of your favorite guys. Is that it? How about Peter North? How about Ron Jeremy? How about anybody else?
You know, I gotta say, I love them all. Can I say that? D, all the above?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, you could be gray and neutral if you like.
Yes. Because each experience was, you know, its own unique, love them at the moment experience.
But Mark Davis is a very, very nice person. Very good performer, too. Whoa, look at that look. Wow. You want to call him up?
Oh, you gotta get Mark on the podcast.
I got him.
Yes.
He's already been here.
Awesome.
He spent a lot of time with me, and he was very informational, very interesting. He grew up poor in England. Is that crazy?
Is that right?
Scared of girls.
Wow.
Scared of girls.
That's fascinating.
Getting beat up by girls.
Wow.
Girl gangs.
Well, that explains it all.
No, is that crazy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's true, too.
But yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a guy like him, he was like a supermodel, right? You know, he was always one of my favorite people to have on the set, you know, as an actor. You know, some of the actors weren't cool. He was always very cool.
Yeah.
So you always seem to me, you know, you always seem so quiet, you know, when I used to see you on the set. Not that many times we worked on the same sets, maybe 10, I think, maximum, maybe, probably, right, over the years. That's what I think, right? But you always seem fairly introverted. Were you shy as a young girl?
Well, you know how the saying goes, you have to watch those quiet ones.
Oh, yeah. I'm a quiet person.
Gotta watch them. They're usually the ones that are the, you know, instigators or the ones who have some depth. You know, because you just learn so much from listening. You know, you can't hear when you're talking. But so it's good to take it in and observe and learn and watch. And so I think that's why I was quiet, perhaps taking things in or, you know.
But when you're like younger, I'm trying to, you're a sexual performer for a lot. How many years have you performed?
20 years.
20 years. You still perform?
Ooh, sure. I never hung up my G-string.
That's funny. So on these interviews, I like to try to understand the person.
Back.
The person.
Back.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You know? So if you don't mind, I like to try to understand, who is Alexandra Silk?
Ooh.
Where did she come from?
Yeah.
You know, what stimulates her mind and what stimulated to become a sexual performer?
Yeah.
So were you shy as a young girl?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I was shy, but I was inquisitive. Yeah, so that makes you quiet. But yet, I was very fortunate. My parents they raised me to be well balanced and healthy, and in my sexuality and my, you know, because they were kind of peace, love, flower power, hippie people, you know, and so, you know, that taught me to also be accepting and a loving of myself and others as well. So that's fun to be able to spread the love through, through happiness and touch. My mom was a very funny lady, so I think I got my happy side from her, and my dad was more serious, kind, but it was a good yin yang, and so I'm really fortunate though to be able to say that I had a very healthy upbringing.
Yeah, for sure, because we know a lot of people don't get that, wonderful experience.
Yeah.
You got to be out there in the concrete jungle by yourself sometimes, and it's always great to have guidance from good parents.
Yeah. Love and kind and support.
Yeah, love makes you so strong, right?
Yes. When I told my mom I went out to Vegas, and I just always wanted to just be a stripper. So I went out to Vegas, got a job as a stripper, and I was like, Mom, I'm a dancer out in Vegas. And she was just like, shake what your mama gave you.
Really? Wow.
She didn't realize what kind of a dancer I was. She thought I was like one of those with the big headdresses on,
Yeah, a showgirl.
But, she was always, very encouraging on, trust your instincts and your judgments. And if you're smart in your choices and do what you like and like what you do, then you're happy. Just be safe, and that was her main concern, is being safe out there, and so
she wanted to have another daughter. Yeah.
happy. That's what I find is the key to the life, is to search out what makes you happy and feel good.
Yeah, look at that smile. I mean, the energy coming out of you. How do you keep that spirit going? How do you do it? Is that from your mom, you think? Sex?
That makes me happy. So happy.
Hear that? Sex. Are there famous philosophers that said something like that? Freud, right? So sex, everything's based on sex, being happy, cocaine, sex.
And love. I like to spread love into the world, which was my way of getting into the adult industry. I was able to spread a little bit of happiness into the world through, video. It was a way to touch a lot of people,
It is. I mean, people might not understand that. And I always looked at it a similar way.
Yeah.
I made movies and I acted in movies, and I made millions, possibly billions, we don't know for sure, but at least hundreds of millions of people satisfied, happy, with a good feeling.
Yes.
And that's a fact. So while any religious group might think, you're wrong, we spread love. And love is a lot more important than spreading missiles.
Yes. Which is why I have a present for you.
A missile?
Well, it's very special, and it's a way of spreading love into the world. That's my mission.
Look at that. That's sweet.
Lovebutton.org. It's a way to transform the world by spreading love into the world.
I'll wear it right now.
Oh, right on. Lovebutton.org. It's a great way to heal the world.
I think more people need to understand that, because I feel the world has a terribly big sore on it, right? That needs to be healed.
Yeah.
With some neosporin, which is love, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and prostate massages.
Yeah.
Yes, a good prostate massage at least once a month.
Yeah, I wish that people were happier, because you see a lot today, in my opinion, it seems like a lot of people are not friendly. You feel like when you're at a service, at a store, or at a restaurant, they're like, here, or you walk into a event, they're like, here, sucker, right? And you got like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm at Costco yesterday, right? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Right? And I'm like, huh? Well, no, really, how you? Not even look at you, you know what I mean? Like, and everybody knows, if you don't look at somebody when they're talking to you, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, you should see what I do as a passenger in the car.
Yeah.
I love to look at people.
Yeah. Really? Really?
And they're like, You're talking to me? Because just a smile.
Yeah.
And they're like, you smiling at me? Yeah. Just a smile.
It's huge. It's a huge deal.
And then a kiss.
That's even better.
Yeah, I just like to inspire people, especially, people that will be on their way. It makes them like, wow, that made, or tell them they look nice, or I like your shirt, something positive or happy.
Yeah.
Or I like your eyes, preferably.
Thank you.
If you really want to get
Really?
into, and your smile.
Uh-huh. You tell that to a lot of people?
No, but you reel them in with your eyes and smile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you do make that eye contact. You do. It seems genuine, your smile, too.
Oh, mine is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So your parents were hippies. So I think of hippies as people that smoke weed, sit around, don't take showers, run around naked. You know what I mean? Is that true?
Well, that was certainly my mom. My dad was the more serious one.
Was he a professional, attorney, or?
He was an engineer.
What type of engineer?
For cameras and instruments.
Okay.
Yeah.
An electrical engineer or something like that?
Well,
Just curious.
projects. Well, he worked for Fairchild for the longest time. Cameras. Fairchild. Have you ever heard of them?
No. A chemist, you said?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I love chemistry. It's like you can make stuff with everything around you that's insane. It's really crazy. I learned it. I did a little chemistry because I was extracting oil from the plant called cannabis. And so it's very interesting. Anyways, it's kind of really, if you don't know, if you're not really taught that in school, if you don't get lucky enough to be taught chemistry, you really, when you learn it, it is amazing. Did you take chemistry?
No, I didn't.
No. But you can really do stuff. It's really incredible what you can do with the not natural resources, but whatever chemicals, you could take something, separate it, make something out of it. It's really, really wild. Anyways, that's not this show, but it is very, very intriguing to me. So, anyway, so your mother was the fun one, your father was like serious.
Yeah.
And that's a good balance.
Yeah. And yes, I think so. And I love that you're so intrigued by such a complicated subject, by the way. I love to learn, and I'm constantly learning and evolving and taking tutorials and studying, and I'm like a sponge, just soaking it all in. Did you know I got my doctorate degree, by the way?
I'm going to bring that up in a little bit, but I know, and I'm very, you know what? Bring it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, some doctor. Let me
In
put
sexuality.
on my other hat on. Doctor, yes.
In sexuality. Tell me about it.
Yes, human sexuality. Yeah, so I have a practice now. I'm a therapist.
Really? Wow.
Yes, I work with, I'd like to say clients who want to transform their lives. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Yes, and so it's one way that I was able to parlay all my years as a sex worker into something that was healing and soulful.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. I don't want to interrupt you, but this sex worker thing, I believe between me and you, because we are from another time, pretty much, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm even before you. I'm from the 80s. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I can't really accept in my mind sex worker. For me, we were movie stars, right? Movie stars, and we went on the set, and it was a skill, right?
Yep.
And so I don't know if I can accept sex work.
Yeah, I wouldn't. As I was kind of going broad for me because I also worked in the brothels. I was also there for a while. Yeah, so I've done other jobs as well as adult. So, yeah, really in the trenches. But yeah, I consider my career in the adult field more, performer or
erotic performer,
artistic performer. Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I believe this. I don't want to stop your flow, but I believe that if you told me when I'm 12, that's probably when I want to be a porno star at 12 or 13, right? Or 14. If you told me, oh, you're going to go be a sex worker, I would say, no, thank you. Are you going to be a movie star? Porno star? Thank you very much. Yes. Where do I sign up? How do I sign up? Yeah. For me, that's a big and far distance between each other.
Yes, that's like being a doctor, but I specialize in surrogate partner therapy. So you specialize in artistic performing.
That's how I kind of see it. You know? I wouldn't be interested myself being a sex worker compared to a movie star. You wouldn't be a gigolo?
No,
I'm not. Never. I mean, maybe if I had nothing else to do, but the whole craft of it is more interesting to me. You know? Yeah. But back to your doctorate. So you help people find their sexuality, or make them come harder, or more comfortable with each other. What do you do? As a therapist.
Thank you for asking, because it's really serious work, and each person is different. Someone might have a different goal than another. One might be just to experience what it's like to hold hands, believe it or not, and walk hand in hand, or walk.
Because some people do not do that.
Yeah, so it could go.
Are you saying partners don't do that? Couples?
Oh, even that too. Yeah, but those are the real beginners who have never even kissed a girl. So their goal might be to kiss a girl. That's their goal.
And they're older?
Yeah.
I mean, past 18?
Certainly. Of course I do.
Haven't kissed a girl.
Right. Yeah, so that's just one example, so it can go to the
that's where we are. I want to know, what do you tell them? How do you fix that? I mean, how do you steer them into kissing a girl?
Well, the work that I do, by the way, is a modality that's been followed or developed through Masters and Johnson's like 40 years ago. So it's a step-by-step process. So it's very methodical, and there's simple things like teaching them things like how to breathe and be in the moment, to just be able to quiet the mind, and it's simple tricks like that. So everything is consensual and agreed upon as we proceed. And, so then we go into what I call sensate focus work.
So would you bring a partner in there for them to kiss, or no?
No, I would be the...
Oh, you're the person?
Yes.
Whoa, that's heavy, yeah.
And it could be also the partner if that's... I've worked with couples as well, and, so there's such a variety of issues, and I don't like to call them dysfunctions. I like to call them issues, because they want to move past something. They're in a rut. And so I snap them out of it in a short period of time. Because talk therapy is different from the therapy I do, which is more sensate focus, or, touch therapy. So experiential therapy. So you could talk about what sugar tastes like all day long, but to actually taste it is like, okay, now I get it. Wow. So experiential therapy, there you go.
So, I mean, you're an experienced person, so when you kiss somebody that has not kissed somebody before, that has got to be a lot of different type of people not knowing how to kiss, because a lot of people don't know how to kiss. And secondly, which I take very serious, is that I love kissing, and the art of kissing is being totally lost. So are you a big kisser, or an artistic kisser, let's say?
Great question. I do have to be clinical about it, so I do this, what I call demonstration. I don't know if you know that there's various types of kisses, like a playful kiss, which might be like quick and like It makes you giggle, you know. So I do all these demonstrations of the various types of kisses. And so there's like, you know, the breath kiss where you're just about, but you're not touching, but you're just breathing each other's breath. It's like a kiss without kissing.
Oh, they got some mints. But anyway, I'm listening, yeah.
So there's all these different kinds of kisses. It's not just like, you know, so there's lots of, I always try to say sex is supposed to be fun. So I teach, preach, practice that. So to make it so it's supposed to be a very fun experience and a very lighthearted experience, because it's an awkward experience.
I mean, not to be awkward, but I mean, you think it's totally supposed to be fun, or is it supposed to be erotic? Because I think of sexual experiences differently. With different people, they're different, but I never looked at sex as like so, I mean, it's fun for me, but I don't look at it like a funny time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I look at it like pure passion and wild fury. That's how I look at sex.
Yes, because you have your PhD in sex.
Yeah,
you're the you know, the difference really between an expert and a novice is practice.
Mm-hmm. So you start with more fun, relaxed.
Yeah, yes, and to bring in the lightheartedness and such. But yeah, it's more about experience, though, for them to go through the experiences in a safe environment, you know. So
it's very, you know, I know this to be true too, because there's a lot of people, a lot of men, you know what I mean, that don't have sex. I was working in a mine, let's say, way back in 1980s, right? And I was in a trailer with a guy that was older. We were working the mine, you know, because I used to work in mines. I used to do all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? So, and I talked to this guy. This guy was 38 years old. He was a Mormon. We were in Utah, right? St. George, right? And I said, hey, man, how many girls you been with? Because I'm a maniac. I love the girls, you know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, I just drove into that town on my motorcycle and picked up a girl that same day and took her to the trailer, right? Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I'm 18 or 19, whatever, you know? Anyway, so I said, how many girls you been with? And he said, I'm a virgin. I said, what the fuck? You're 38 years old, man. You know what I mean? You're a virgin. To me, you know, that's horrible.
It's a mind blower.
I mean, it's crazy. So you must see these people.
Yes.
These poor souls, I say.
Yes. And they reach a point in their life where they're ready to fix the problem. Yeah.
And you fix them.
Yeah, I'm a one orgasm at a time.
So, do you ever give them a real serious kiss, or is that against the rules?
Oh, I am authentic, certainly.
Yeah.
You know, I find that it's important for them to experience and to see what they experience might be similar to mine. So I teach them the scale of arousal. You know, 0 being no arousal and 10 being like, well, actually 9 being like orgasm. So, you know, I tell them, ooh, wow, that like just brought me up to a 5. You know, so to give them that feedback is so helpful to know, oh, wow, I'm a good kisser, you know.
Build their confidence.
Yes. And to report with these, you know, simple trip games, you know, tips, you know, like a 5, you know, it's like, ooh, you know, it checks in with them to let them know, wow, oh, you're feeling, you know, this too. And, you know, isn't that a cool game, scale of arousal? I wish all couples would play with that game, because 5 is a nice place to be. That's what I teach for the premature ejaculators, you know, or the early ejaculators, that stop-start method.
All right, I mean, we're on this subject, so you're going to have to live with it. Have you ever kissed a guy and he ejaculated?
Well, yeah, but they're the quickest to cure. And there's no pun intended. They are, but it's just a technique. They have to learn how to be more in their body.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
and they can be fixed. Yeah,
Oh,
cured.
You cured them.
Oh, they're quickest to cure.
All right, so you've kissed the guy in the therapy, and he ejaculated. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
But you're a sexy person.
But
you're a sexy woman, so it's not all them. You're sexy.
But they don't tell me something. May I ask? Don't you even today still have that wave, that initial wave, when you first get into like touch and kissing and connecting? Don't you feel that initial wave is just like?
Oh, if the vibe is the same and I'm attracted to the girl, for sure.
Yeah.
But I have a girlfriend for a long time, so.
So you practice how to.
So the vibe with
take
other
away.
girls is not there because, I'm not really doing that.
Yes, understand. But yeah.
No, but really, I'm telling you, it's not part of what I do, and that's a fact.
I was wondering in your relationship today if that is that wave, that initial first wave is such a doozy for most guys.
I mean, I've had sex with 12,000 girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a different. My mind is way out there.
Right.
So I'm just like, I'm in the mood, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm way out there mentally.
See, you could teach men how to sustain their erections.
Oh, I have a lot of secrets where I can teach them a lot of things.
Tips.
Yeah.
See?
So let's go back. We could go on this subject for a long time, but it's more about you. But I'm very, very proud that you are a doctor on sexuality because I think it's very important. And I'm sure so many people are very happy that you're there for them.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
So back to you. So you're growing up in your family's really cool. Where did you grow up at?
Long Island, New York.
All right. Strong Island.
When I drink coffee and talk, forget about it. Like, oh my God.
I love it.
But now I live in LA where everything ends in a question.
Totally cool, right?
Right, dude.
I like the New York. My family's from New York.
Yeah.
So,
Brooklyn, yeah?
Brooklyn and the Bronx.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Long Island.
All right, I love it. So, when were you born? What sign are you?
It's Virgo, September 19. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And,
Actually, I never lie about my age because it's out there. But I'm 56.
okay.
63. I was born.
63?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm very close to you. 68.
Yeah.
We're getting up there.
Wow. You look amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Fuck.
You're too sweet. Thanks. So I'm interested. A lot of these questions I'm interested in, and I hope the people are interested in. What nationality are you?
Jewish.
Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really did go to.
A Jap, they used to call him, right?
Yes.
Are you a Jap?
Jewish American princess. Oh my gosh, but yeah. So
but what is, I still to this day I ask people, what is Jewish? But isn't there a nationality behind it that's more of religion? Like, are you Russian Jewish? Or are you Hungarian Jewish? Like, what? Isn't there like a nationality that you're part of?
Oh. My dad's from Poland. My mom's from Canada.
That's it.
Canada.
So, Canadian and Polish,
Yeah.
right? So some of the Canadian are French, so you might have some French in you.
Ooh, la 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 la.
Which is close to Spain, which makes you kind of Latin.
Yeah.
If you want to be funny,
I don't want to do one of those DNA tests, have you? No.
I know my blood's wild. I have a lot of famous people from a lot of people. Anyways, yeah. So Long Island. So now I know you're Strong Island, New York. It's like your father's strong, but your mother's cool. What kind of student were you in school? What kind of girl? Were you popular? what was going on in school? I'm interested. You know, since you're a doctor now, what were you doing back then? Let's say grammar school and high school.
Oh, yeah. Going back now. I'm trying to even recall.
I like to know these things about everybody that I interview. It gives me like a perception of who they are.
Yeah.
You know, were they always this? Did they change during the, this, what you might say, ride? Or, this time period, elapsed time period?
Right, or was there a pivot point? Yeah.
Exactly, that's a great word, pivot point.
Right, I think for me, it was more natural evolution, But, I gotta say, I haven't gone back into the memory banks in a while, but I remember my parents sent me away to like summer camps and such. So it's always part of a community and a big group. So I guess you could say I was pretty sociable and I grew up with 3 brothers. So I think they kind of taught me a little bit about how to be tough in life. So that gave me my tough side and such. I got married though at 18, which I don't ever recommend anybody doing. No, right after high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
But in school you were good? I mean, you were a good student?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Athletic too?
Yeah.
You always had a hard body. I remember it was a nice body.
Yeah.
It had natural curves, which mean to me that you might have done some type of sports or athletics when you were younger.
Yes.
What'd you do?
I was a majorette.
Really?
Not a very good one. I twirled the baton,
Well, you
marched in the parades. I like to say my secret to a good body is orgasms. It's good for the abs and the calves. No, really, I recommend orgasming every morning. It's a good workout. It gives good abs.
I think it's great. It releases a lot of hormones or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a scientist or a biologist or a person that knows the body that well, but I know it releases a lot of endorphins and makes you feel better when you have sex.
Yes.
So I agree.
And I love to tell the women that too, that it builds strong stomach muscles, which it does, and so it gets them masturbating more. Oh, really? I'll have a nice six-pack. Okay.
So were you, I like to get the mentality, were you more English major, math major? Did you go to college too? Or you were married and then you said forget about it?
Yeah, no, I didn't go to college right after high school, but I don't recall. Probably just work major. I just wanted to get out of high school and go to work.
Yeah, make some money.
Yeah.
All right, so let's think about this. You're a majorette. You're sexy. I know you had a nice body. You're pretty, right? Right. I mean, this is the time. So, what were the boys saying? When was the first boy you kissed? How old were you?
Yeah. It's kind of like one of those natural progressions where, you're at one of those football games and the bleachers and hanging out. And that is probably 16 when I had my first kiss. And
Wow, really?
it's very simple, natural, fun, and happy.
That's totally normal. I mean, that's like almost for a, popular or a famous porn star, it's almost latter. It's almost like later than most people. Right? First kiss or a boy?
Yes.
16?
Yes. But I gotta give props to my first husband because he was a swinger. So he kind of pushed me into the, experimenting at trying all these parties and, we can have this open marriage and be, this was, because he was an older guy. And so that he was a swinger in his previous marriage before me. And so he had all these swinger friends. It was like, woo! I just dove in right there into
So, but when was your first time having sex? Because you first kissed at 16.
Oh, yeah. So right around then too. Yeah. It was very simple and kind of in the bedroom of my boyfriend's house.
Was it good? Was it bad? Was it
It was
average?
It was good. It was quick. It was fun.
And you felt like, you know, this is what I want to do all the time, or you're like, let me work into it later?
Well, it's nice that I was, you know, we hung out and we were boyfriend and girlfriend a while, so, you know, it was like, yeah, it was
a
good.
connection.
Yeah, it was lucky that way.
I mean, so 16 years old, that's really pretty standard. You know, I think it's a standard age, fairly standard.
Yeah.
I've had some people on this show
Yeah.
had sex when they were 7.
Ah.
Right? And willingly with a girl that was 8. You know what I mean? A guy and a girl. You know? You know, nothing, you know, wrong, just that young people having sex.
Yeah.
Right? So that's pretty crazy. So, I mean, that 7's pretty crazy to me. That's
Well, they
crazy.
say the average age today is 11 for the kids to be viewing adult material on the internet.
But what is the average age to have sex?
Yeah, true.
You know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I know this next generation is having less and less sex.
Yes, I hear this all the time. I have a theory behind that.
Tell me.
You want to hear it right now?
Yeah, share.
You want to hear this theory?
Please share.
Well, it's a pretty serious theory.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. What I believe is that AI is here to first separate us, so, you know, divide and conquer, right? And so they're dividing everybody.
Yeah.
They're dividing man and woman. They're dividing all races, you know, to have hatred towards everybody else. But the man and woman for me is the big deal. You know what I mean? The biggest deal, because I love women and I love love, and I am part of this, you know, unity between two people, right? Two opposite sexes, and I appreciate it. So they are stopping that with intelligence, you know what I mean? With whatever they're doing, they're pushing crazy shit in people's head. And so the people are getting more and more scared to even smile, look, touch, grab, flirt, do anything to the opposite sex. So in return, they are having partners that are the same sex. So in return of that, that means that what? There will be no more population. The population will die, and who will be here?
Wow, that's deep.
Robots taking over the world, or a small, very small amount of people. But why, if you're such a highly intelligent being like an artificial intelligence, would you even keep a human around? They're going to be lesser. They're like a bug. And so what do you do with a bug?
Right. That's deep.
Squish it.
That's deep.
So this is what I see.
I like to be more optimistic.
I like to be optimistic, but
I hear you.
what is going on? Have we ever seen anything like this in our life? You can't. I talked to a young man 2 days ago. I said, hey man, how's it going? I was in Costco, sat next to, me and my girl sat next to this guy. He was nice. We're eating a hot dog. And I said, hey, how's it going? You know, I was just trying to be nice, right? He was a nice guy. He said, hey, how's it going? You know? And he was real polite. And so I brought up a conversation to him. I don't know, we started talking. And then I said something about, oh yeah, I was in the adult business, you know what I mean? He goes, oh really, that's cool, man. He loved it, right? And he says, man, you know, how do I get a girl? The guy is 27 years old, he's 6'3", big strong guy, not a bad looking guy, right? And he says, every time I try to talk to girls, like they're gonna throw me in prison or they're gonna call the cops on me, so I can't talk to a girl. It's too difficult, too scary. And that, I knew that I wasn't crazy. This is what's going on. That you can't talk to a female, hey baby, what's happening? You got a nice looking rack, or however you want to run your game on a girl so she'll like you, and you know, you can court her, get her to smile, get her to love you, right? You can't even do that because the mentality out there is getting fucking crazy. That's what I see. And this young man just proved it to me. You see that at all?
It hurts. It breaks my heart.
It's a heartbreak. It breaks my heart too.
Yeah. That's why I try to reach out and touch and get people to touch more. You know, and it all begins with a simple connection of the hands. You know, it's it's so simple as that. Even with couples who have been together for years, sometimes going back to the basic and the simple things is really all it takes. You know.
Like you say, a smile. Hey, but we're people who love sex, right?
Yeah.
And to think, this is a positive show, but this is also a true show. And I'm always pretty blunt, always have been, I cannot imagine what the world might be like in 40 years if it keeps evolving in this direction. Right? I mean, the people are not going to have sex. They're not going to want to, hey, let's fuck. Hey, you look good. That ass makes me crazy. Woo! And those tits, the hair, smell of a girl, the kiss, you know what I mean? That is not going to be there. It's going to be eroded, and it's going to be dangerous for these thoughts.
Well, here's the flip side, if I may be the devil's advocate, because I immerse myself for, research and development into places like swing parties and sex clubs and such. So I'm seeing, sometimes I'm seeing the other side of the spectrum where younger people are being more free and open with their thinking and more accepting and loving. And so there is, the other side too, that I guess, that's because I'm constantly immersing myself into parties and clubs. So I see more sensory experiences with people touching and exploring and, ooh, there's something new, because I'm trying to always learn something new. And so
I hope if that's the solution, that there's a lot more swingers clubs popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not a swinger.
Yeah.
Never have been. I'm strange about it, but I'm for the good of the people. So I wish it to be true, so that everyone can embrace the beauty of two people, man and woman, because I love women. I'm not into men.
Yeah.
And so they can embrace and enjoy the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
So that's what I see. But anyway, I'm a crazy motherfucker, so we'll move on from me. Right? And I might be way crazy, but this guy really made me think yesterday, wow, this is really serious.
Yeah.
But we want to be positive, we're happy, so I want back to you. So you're 16, you had your first kiss, you have sex. Did you ever look at any girls at this point in time or before this point in time and say, wow, she looks pretty, I like her, can I kiss her? Or did you kiss a girl?
Well, that's a good question. Well, going away to sleepaway camp, for all those years, it was really nice camaraderie, that girls have this, sisterhood. So I've always had that connection with my girls and, all the prettiness that we bring. So I always admired and checked out my girlfriends and, nails and toes and hair and fashion. So I think, even in high school, I was always very admirable of my, pretty things that sparkled, and I would always, share and just, say, oh, you look pretty, or, can I help braid your hair? So I think naturally I was very bisexual, and I think when I got into with my husband, and the first orgy party I went to, and I was dancing with a girl. So that really was like my first experience. I went with my husband at a swing club.
So you didn't kiss any girl or touch him before?
No, not really. No. We always have it's so caring in a way. We'd have slumber parties, but everybody was always very, just girly, playing with hair and nails and stuff.
Were you popular in school?
I wouldn't say so. No, I kind of like to blend in.
Why? I mean, I always see you as introverted, so I see you just very quiet. That's how I see. But is that true?
Kind and loving to all, though. You know.
But, very sweet. All right, so let's go to this nitty gritty orgies, sex. I mean, this swinging. I mean, 18 years old, you started swinging. You get married and you started swinging.
Yeah.
How long were you going out with this guy before you married him?
It was the army recruiter of the school, so I guess.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You like the girl?
Yeah.
You was what?
Yeah, he was recruiting, so.
For the army.
Yeah, I almost went into the army, actually. So I don't know, about a year we were dating. Yeah.
So you go out with this guy for a year, the army recruiter at the school, right? You recruited at the school, right? The army recruiter?
Right.
Yeah. That's what they do at 17 when you're ready to, you need something to do. They either get your legs blown off or they try and, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of military people that have been, you know, I feel bad. You know what I mean? I feel bad that they get disabled. It's terrible. So I guess it's not my business, so please go ahead.
Yeah, I just remember just the going into Manhattan and some of the swing clubs and such.
So you get married, right?
Yes.
Did you swing before you got married? Because you were going with him for a year.
No.
So he sprung it on you after you're married?
Yeah.
That's cool. So he's...
Oh, no, I mean, he told me stories and such, so, but to actual experience what it was like, I was like, sure, I was game for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. So he said, by the way, tonight we're going to a swing party and you're going to have sex and we're all going to have sex with other people? That's what I see a swing party.
Yes. Well, you know what the rules are, really? It's not about, having sex. It's really about exploring, so it was more about whatever was consensual. In other words, we figure we'll just stick together. So that was at least a guarantee. Yeah. So that was a sure win. That we would at least have each other to play with. And if anybody else joined in, that was, on a person-by-person basis.
So, yeah, because I've never been to a swing party. So I'm going to be educated by you, okay? Because I read that you're swingers. You and your husband are swingers.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm totally going to be educated because since I was a young kid, I read these magazines. I was looking at the magazines at 6 years old. So, I always loved the naked girls, all of it. So for me, my understanding is that if you're a swinger, you go to a swing club and you guys get naked and have sex. But is that true or is that not true? What is it really like?
Well, for instance, there's a dance floor, where you can get your groove on, so to speak. That's where it all starts. And you might find a couple that you can connect with, conversely, and then you might go back in the back room together with them. Or you may want to just be totally anonymous, which is the way I like to play. And in other words, you just touch people that are willing. There's certain areas that are, I guess, where you can have several couples at the same time in a big mattress room, and you might, just ask them, is it okay if I touch your girl or no? So there's you have to be okay with a no, because sometimes they're like, well, you're okay, but you're not okay. So everybody makes up their own rules as they go. So you always ask first. That's basically it.
So have you gone? That's interesting. I mean, so I've my understanding of it was different than what it really is.
A free-for-all, yeah.
Yeah, I think of it like I'm on a set, it's an orgy, jump on in, and people are fucking all over, like, get out of the way, let me push you out of the way, I'm gonna hit it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would think.
Well, there is a scene like that goes on, like Thursday night might be single guy night. So they let a lot of single guys in, because there are women that just love a lot of guys. And so it's like this line, and, next, next. So you, in a scenario like that, you don't really have to ask.
Yeah, I didn't see it that way, but that, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
So basically, from what you're telling me and what I'm trying to understand about swinging, because I bet a lot of people don't understand it. I bet you. And you would know because you treat people. You probably tell them maybe you should go to a swingers party, but most people on this show don't really know. I bet you. So basically, a swingers party is just like a party. You just go talk to somebody. It's just that the psychology of it is it's way more open, and it's okay to have sex here in front of people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, but you really still need to build, generally, some type of rapport with the person, some type of dialogue, like you would normally do if you're trying to pick somebody up. Kind of like that. Is that true?
Yeah, because sometimes they actually build communities and they hang out and do barbecues together and they become friends after the club, but I'm more anonymous and such, so I don't go to be friends with people. But that thing where you could just be together, like a husband and wife, or a couple or whatever, and they can just be sexy in front of other people and be naked, but they're together. They didn't touch or play with anybody. It's just the two of them were able to take in the ambiance, or the energy of a room full of sexual people. It could be a great experience and totally safe. And, you could stick together. So there's that. Sometimes the husbands might want their guys to play with the females, so they kind of, do a little kissing. But, that could be the mild couple who's a beginner and the touchy-feely. But to be honest, the girls control the whole scene. They were in charge. Really?
Is there more guys usually than girls, or is it even?
Oh, well, if you go on a couples night, it's
even.
Just couples, yeah. But if the girl likes the other girl, they'll be like, hey, so you're in. You could play with my husband. Things like that happen.
I see. How many swinger parties have you been to? I mean, you started since you were 18, so that's serious.
Right. A lot of R&D.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago. I mean, how many have you been to?
I really do try to explore as many as there are in the U.S., so...
Wow, that's serious.
Yeah, because they're not only just clubs. There might be a private party, in Chicago or somewhere in Florida. Woo woo, rooftop.
Really?
Rooftop.com. Oh, it's a hotel, the swinger hotel, and as soon as you get past the front door, you're just naked.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I see as a swingers place. You just come in naked, right?
Everybody's walking around naked.
So if you're naked, then you're way more. You're like opened up, like you're it's like your guard has been taken away, your shield, right? So now they can come, hey, because you see what you got. It's got to be way more crazy that way, right?
Yeah. And there's this code, like in a swinger hotel, like if the windows open, if the shades are open, you can watch. If the door is open, you can come in. There's all these private codes going on that everybody knows about. Some people like to just be watched, and don't really want the people touching them, so that gets them on.
Wow. You ever heard of the Edgewood?
Yeah.
In Oakland?
Yeah.
Right. So we would shoot porno there, Alex Terenzi.
Yes.
Did you ever shoot there with us?
Yes. Yeah. Rosebud. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa. Flashback.
So I probably worked with you on one of those things, probably, right?
Well, I know mine was girl stuff.
Oh, okay.
I remember there's a weird place with,
Edgewood was weird, right?
Yeah, all these stuffed animals everywhere.
No, but you're outside in the middle of the grounds and people are watching you do your scene?
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was cool, or did you feel that was kind of strange?
Yeah, oh yeah, that adds a little naughtiness to, I love being watched.
Really?
Yeah, don't you? No, you don't know.
Really?
No.
No. Never did.
Yeah.
I could do the job, but I never liked it.
Yeah, yeah. You like to, you're the watchee, not the watcher. No, watcher.
Me? No,
you
I just like girls.
Yeah.
I'm a real
You like to do.
organic man who loves women and wants to fuck. That's me. I'm just
Yeah.
a fucker.
Oh, yeah, you like to do.
I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't like watching. I could do any job, anytime. Some say the strongest performer around because I could do 4 scenes, 5 scenes a day and, nothing would ever faze me because my mind is strong. But I never was into 3 ways unless it's only me and 2 girls, you know what I mean? Or 4 ways unless it's me and 3 girls. You know what I mean? So that's really, but
It's a bit sensory overload. It is. You like to focus.
no, but I can do anything. But yeah, right. No, I don't like people looking at me.
Yeah.
People would look at me in the streets when I was younger. I was like, what the fuck you looking at? Fuck them up, you know what I mean? That's the real deal. So yeah.
True.
It's I know you're against violence, but that was
Yeah.
part of life.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the trip. So the Edgewood felt kind of edgy to me, right?
Yeah.
You liked it?
The wildest was Folsom Street Fair in San Fran.
Really?
It was like it was like a block party, and let's just say the cops look the other way for the day.
Really?
It's just people having sex in the street.
Folsom Street.
Yeah, in San Fran, guys jerking off out the window onto the crowd
What
down
the-
below. I was like, why are people walking around with umbrellas on a sunny day? Well, I found out why.
Say that just one more time. What are they doing out their windows?
Jerking off. Sure. You should see the people down below going, yeah.
Are you serious? So the cum is raining cum.
Yeah. It's so cute to watch from across the street, like all these guys popping in the window, coming and then going, and then coming and going. And
So it's like so the guys just want to, in the same window? Your turn to be squirting out the window?
yeah, on the
Really?
3rd story.
That is wild. Really?
Yeah, raining cum. It's beautiful.
I'm not going down there.
It was for R&D, It's research and development, We have to constantly immerse ourselves into things like that,
I've never heard of that before, and that's great to hear about it.
Yeah.
I embrace it.
Yeah. There's a
Right?
guy every year, all he does is stand there with oil on his body, and he strokes his cock all day long. Oh, you should just see the reaction of the other people.
The people don't know. There's some different things that happen out in the world.
Yeah.
And sexually speaking.
Yeah.
I have a quick little story for you.
Yeah, do share.
Me and my girl were at the carnival in Rio, right? Probably 3 years ago. Have you been to carnival
No.
in Rio? So
No.
it's, big deal. And so they have all these, it's basically a parade
Yeah.
of floats, almost like the Tournament of Roses parade on New Year's Day. So it's similar, right? But the music is so loud, right? And they have each float with all these people dancing on it, all the Brazilians, it's Brazil, right? And so you see this one float, some are tall. It's always, they love to dance, a lot of samba, right? Shaking, shaking, shaking. So you see this girl or this ass, round, juicy ass, long hair, right? And you see it shaking with oil on it, way up in the air, right? Maybe 30 feet in the air. And finally the guy turns around, it's a guy. It's a big, juicy, round, perfect ass. And my movies are always based on ass.
Yes.
So I know good ass.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And you're like, whoa, I just looked at an ass and it looked pretty good.
Beautiful.
But
Amazing.
so that is interesting. So obviously that is a person who likes to show his ass and, probably
Yeah.
entice men to fuck him.
Yeah, you could. It's like in San Fran, you could always tell, on the trolley cars when they would wear the chaps and the butt cheeks are hanging out. I'm like, oh, it must be Folsom Street Day in San Fran today. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
No, but this is like a tan, round oil. When I see you saying that, I'm thinking of probably guys with hairy asses, right?
Yeah.
Probably saying, I got a hairy ass.
Yeah.
But this is a girl, look like a girl. Right? Anyways, and my motto is live and let live. It's not my business.
Yeah.
As long as you're not doing some dirt, God bless you.
Yeah.
That's how I think, you know what I mean?
Oh, good.
And I encourage everybody to be free.
Yes.
But I still don't want men and women to lose themselves.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's the most important.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is wild. How many, you didn't tell me, what are the numbers you think? How many swinger parties do you think you went to?
Yeah, probably a few hundred in my time.
100?
Yeah.
So you must have seen a lot of big dicks there. Right? Because I talked, one day, me and Peter North were on a set for John Leslie, right?
Yeah.
In the movie, I think in 91.
Yeah.
And he's saying like, Al, your dick's not really that big. I guess he probably went to a swingers party. I've been to swingers parties. I think John Leslie said, I think, you know what I mean? And he says, there's a lot of big dicks out there, right?
Yeah.
So what's the biggest dick, show me this way, that you saw at a swingers club?
Girth-wise?
No, with, length, length and girth. I mean, I must have seen a lot of crazy things. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I this one gentleman, it took 2 hands for him to keep the blood flow pressure in his penis, so that was enormous. I would say it was down to his knee. But I gotta say, yeah, it was 20 inches maybe.
Really?
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, TT, oh my God, I have seen some of the smallest penises at swingers parties. Like, I mean, we're talking micro dicks.
Like, show me like this way. Just go like this, so people right in the camera. So you're saying an inch. You saw an inch-long penis.
Yeah, maybe two. But let me tell you, several of them. But yeah, these guys with these small dicks, man, those are the ones you have to watch out for, because they overcompensate, and they become like the best lovers. Oh my God, they know how to eat pussy. They, like, so it's amazing how, they have so much confidence, these guys with the micro penises.
Really?
Yeah, it's so.
I feel that's bad. That's so bad for them. It's not right. It's not fair. The world is not fair.
Yeah.
But a 20-inch dick. Can you show that again? 20 inches. You saw a 20-inch long dick.
For sure.
20 inches.
Sure. But
That 20 inches. Let me show you 20 inches. That's 12. So that's about 20.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. It's not it's it's all about the angle of the dangle, by the way.
Okay.
You know about that, right? The angle of the dangle, the PC muscle.
So there's all kinds of, but here's the thing that you might not know.
Tell me.
The angle of the dangle can work with Bojangle, right? Because sometimes the angle of the cervix is different than the other angle of the other cervix.
Yeah.
So it's very, important for people to know their partner. If their penis goes straight, or if their penis goes up, or their penis heads down, right? Different girls' cervixes are angled and are totally different than others.
Yeah.
So whether one girl can handle doggy or handle missionary better, it's there. I've seen it, a lot of different, it's very strange.
Yeah, like there are a few guys that have the Peyronie's disease with the curvature of the penis, but it could actually be in their favor.
For the G-spot.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah.
Do you angle right? Yeah.
But anyways, I understand what you're saying. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't know these intricate,
Yeah.
ideas. Or
So if any guy's self-conscious about their bent penis, don't be. Sometimes it could be a bonus.
That's cool. So this relationship, this is a wild. I mean, this is pretty seriously wild. You go from, I'm guessing you had. Well, that's one question I didn't get. Did you have one boyfriend, two boyfriends, three partners before you met this guy at 18 years old, a recruiter?
Yeah, I think, maybe a few, like 2 or 3.
2 or 3. So pretty much not very much experience.
Right.
To go into a wild world of sex. I mean, it's like a wild west of sex.
I dove into the deep end.
I mean, it's really serious. That's pretty interesting, really.
Yeah.
And you loved it all? I mean, you must, because you still swing, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn something new. That's why I wanted to try it, for exploring and discovering and seeing what you like and what you don't like, because that's more important. Knowing what you don't like is just as important as knowing what you do like.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Let's face it, it's very important to keep your partner happy, right? I mean, there's different ways to keep them happy, but sexually is a huge deal, right? But also the psychology. There is psychology behind keeping your partner happy. There's different methods, right? Yeah, the method, we can't go into that, but let's just say that it's important to keep your partner happy.
Yeah.
Right?
And it could be as simple as a hug every morning. Mm-hmm. Just a hug. Good morning, darling. Here's your coffee or your tea or your juice. Just something so simple and basic like that.
Yeah, it lets them know that you're thinking of them. And that's love, and that's what we need more in the world. We wish the people out there at a Costco, at a restaurant, at a hamburger place, anywhere, could keep the smile going. Smile to somebody, right? And then it's gonna give more to the world.
Yeah.
It's gonna they're gonna smile, raise everybody up. We need more of it. I totally believe it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your jobs before you got in the adult business. What jobs did you do? I know you were a stripper, right?
Yeah.
And I read somewhere that you met Jenna at a strip club.
Yeah.
But before this, what were your jobs?
I won't say the company name, but I was a merchandise rep, so I had to wear like the suit and the briefcase, very executive-like. And I would go around and inspect all the shelves in the grocery stores and make sure, because I repped like Johnson & Johnson and Dial and Ralston Purina and all these companies, and to make sure that their item was on the shelf.
That's a big deal.
Yes, this little chick with a briefcase coming in and saying, you got to get that SKU on the shelf, because they would pay big bucks to be on that shelf. They better be on that shelf. So I was an inspector for many, many years going around.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun.
So that was your main job for many, many years?
Yes. I think out of high school, I probably did some fast food stuff, but
normal stuff?
Yeah.
So you're in a suit. Are guys just trying to pick up on you a lot? I mean, you're sexy and you're sweet. So if you're sweet, then they're really going to try to talk to you. Are they trying to talk to you a lot?
Well, I think it was the other way around.
Oh, really?
I was very flirtatious. Because, when you have a relationship where you could be open, like I could come home and tell my husband, oh my God, what happened today?
Really? And you would?
Oh, he would love it. He'd be, you're such a whore.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, we're kinky, twisted
so
like
you
that.
Would fuck somebody?
And share it with him. Tell him. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It didn't happen very often, but one time I was joking. He'd be like, what are you doing right now? I'm like, I'm fucking the garbage man. What do you think I'm doing? And then one time he came home and there was a garbage truck outside my house with broken down. Swear to God, it was just coincidental. There was a broken garbage truck in front of my house.
That is really, that's a really interesting relationship.
Yeah, so we have to blame my ex-husband on Alexandra Silk. It's his fault. Yeah, let's blame it on him.
Oh, yeah?
He made me twisted and perverted.
Were you watching porn at this point in time?
I don't recall what. No, not really.
Okay.
I guess we're talking VHS days. Maybe I didn't have a big porn collection back then. Magazines, though.
Yeah? So that's kind of fun. You had like a very free life. No regulation, kind of sexually speaking.
You know, in as much experience as I've had, I'm still learning more. You know, never stop learning, never stop exploring. There's all these new things you can still learn. I think I know it all. I haven't scratched the surface. I'm telling you, studying to be a surrogate partner therapist was pretty intense. It was a lot of years of work and a lot of experience working with several clients and a variety of, issues. But, it's just, you can never stop evolving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing my grandma told me,
Yeah.
she said, be very humble.
Yes.
Be very humble.
Yes.
Because, let's face it, if you're not humble, I think you become blind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You become blind. How many guys have you had sex with? Since you had so many experiences, how many guys?
Ooh, that's a good question, T. I don't know. Oh, gosh. One of these days I'll actually try to, or should I not bother? But several.
Guess it may. Oh, yeah, sorry.
1,000?
Several thousand?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
2,000 or 3,000, you think? 4,000?
Sure. Well, you think 500 movies, scenes, times, sometimes there's several. So, yeah, I would say.
Sometimes the same partner, so that doesn't really. You're
True.
talking to different people.
Yeah. True.
2,000 or 3,000, you think?
Possibly.
Easily, maybe?
Possibly. Yeah.
That's a pretty good number.
That's a lot of R&D.
I'm going to tell you, I shot a lot in overseas, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everybody this, right? So overseas, one time, I talked to a girl, a couple times, in Brazil. Brazil is very interesting because the girls call it programs when they're having sex. I'm talking about the girls that are working for my company, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing sex work, let's say that, right? But for my movie, they're being movie stars, right? But I said, how many guys do you have sex with, right? I said, what, like a few hundred? She goes, no. I said, 500? No. 1,000? No. She said she had sex with 2,500 guys, and she was 21 years old. That's wild. Because she did a program, fuck 4 times a day, or 3, 4, 5 times a day, doing, meeting people and fucking them for money, right? So I was like, that was a pretty good number for 21 or 22, right?
Yeah.
So if she goes to 30, she's going to have 15,000. Right?
Wow.
Anyways.
Wow, I thought I was slutty. Wow.
Well, but yours is more love in it. I think the big difference for me, love into the sex, it means a lot more. Like some type of, I don't say partnership, but some type of feeling emotion with it. It's a lot more important, I think.
And to slow down. I think that's really important. To slow down, to, be able to just smell or touch, without rushing too fast. Because I think those subtleness things like touching someone's neck or breathing on someone's neck, just that slowing down enough to take that time can be mind-blowing.
Really?
Yeah. Slow down.
I guess I like it all. Yeah. But you hear that, everybody? Slow down.
But there's nothing wrong with a quickie every now and then. Don't. Something about fast and furious and vigorous. That's cool too.
Well, something about when you do connect, when you connect with somebody that you have the fire with, you know, when you do come together, right? When you both have fire, I don't think there's any slowing down involved in that,
That's magnetic.
Right, it's animalistic.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those experiences are they're worth $1 million each one.
Yeah.
I think.
You really have to go with your instinct too.
Yeah. As long as the other person is there with you and you feel that, it's beautiful. I thought I heard before that's the highest form of evolution, is the two people, the same fire, same heat, fucking together and orgasming together, same heat together. Like, is there something better on the planet? I don't think so, right?
It's like a magnet. Magnets, how they...
Yeah. But you just feel good afterwards. I've had sex with some girls before that I felt like I was on drugs for like 12 hours, 15 hours. It was so good. It was in my whole body. I was like it's a, relaxating drug. A barbiturate or whatever you might say.
Yes.
I don't take barbiturates, but
you get intoxicated on the pheromones.
Yeah. I'll be those pheromones too. I'll sniff my fingers, but really, my body has been like just.
Do you think as you've gotten older that sex has really become better for you? Or a struggle?
No, I'm always the spoiled person sexually. Whatever my mind works. Even when I was a young boy, I needed variety. When I was 16, I had my girlfriend. She was 14, right? And the truth is, 10 months, I was bored. Even though she did anything and everything, she was cute, pretty, horny, everything great, I still, in my blood, I needed more. Weird, so I can't really, I guess I'm so spoiled. And now I try to be a good boy, with my girl. It's not, I fucked a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So I'm not saying that it's better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's good.
It's different, yes.
Look at all the girls I had sex with. It's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of.
It's like Luke Wilder and I, we've been together over 20 years. And, today even still, it's like magnificent.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And I think a lot of it is because of the, it's about the quality versus the quantity, so we take, and it's great to have your best friend by your side,
No, that's my girlfriend. She's my best friend. And she's beautiful, sexy, and so down. She's the best. So, she's great.
Yay.
Her body, she's great, But I'm I'm me, a maniac. So what can you say? But that's great to hear that you you still got the heat. That's great.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
It's even today more special than it was yesterday. I don't know how that can go deeper, but it really is about connecting and what you were saying about the eye contact and so much to still learn too, with your partner you can be with for years.
You got to be open.
Yeah, and honest.
Yeah, honest, yeah. That's true. Oh, yeah, sexual, yeah. It's good to be honest.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas, I had BT on there, right? And he's like, he said that liking girls, loving girls, kind of this is what he's kind of saying. Loving girls is hard. Kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm putting it out of perspective, but the feeling I get that if you love girls and you're a maniac, how? You know, how it's very difficult to tell your girl that, because, you know what I mean? It's, you know, because you gotta lie. You know what I mean? So he was saying that it's almost like a curse liking the girls so much. Because you want to fuck them all. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's just, you just like, you know, you have this crazy blood and you must fuck them.
Well, if you have a good partner by your side, they allow you to. Seize the moments. That's what I say.
It sounds like you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Paul Thomas says he didn't. I mean, it doesn't seem like he had it figured out as good as you do, right?
Well, yeah.
But he's great, you know. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know. So how did you make your way? When did you decide that you might want to be in the adult business?
You know, when I was flipping through the channels, I was like, this Playboy channel, I want a show on the Playboy channel. So one day I just got in my car, I left my executive job and my briefcase at home and left it all behind, got in my car and came out to LA. First I did a little dancing, but when I came out to LA, I was really got focused. I wanted to get in with Playboy.
With Playboy. So Playboy had you.
Playboy, and yeah, that was my target. So I wanted a show on Playboy, and
really?
So I knew one way to get into their face, you'd have to do a few adult films, you know, a little bit of a softcore erotica, and then I met Randy West. So he was my first. Randy West.
So you met Randy West. Who got you in the business? I mean, how did you get in the business?
Well, really, it was Jenna. She was telling me to go see Jim South, and
she gave you Jim's number.
Yeah. So I went to see Jim, and so through Jim I met Randy, and that was my first scene. And
so Randy's up and comers put you in that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was just a great experience. So it was a good start.
He's a professional, very nice guy.
Yeah, Randy. And, it just parlayed from there. And then, I was able to get a guest appearance on Playboy. And then I was just lucky enough to be at the right place, right time. And they were needing to cast this show called Sex Court, Playboy TV Sex Court. And they thought I'd be perfect for the bailiff because I had a nice ass and I would swear people in on my ass into the courtroom.
Really?
I'd go, swear, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And they would literally put one hand on my ass and one in the air. So my ass is holy. It's famous.
It's really pretty, it's almost ironic.
It's a Bible.
But this is what you targeted, and you hit bullseye.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got into Playboy.
Yeah.
And not for one episode, but for 8 years.
8 years, and it still runs and reruns in 22 different languages. It's funny to hear me speak Spanish, because every show I would also not only swear the litigants in on my ass.
They put their hand on your ass and come in?
Yeah, swear to God. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I like that.
And then I would say, and now entering our courtroom, the Honorable Judge Julie. It was filmed in front of a live audience.
Really?
Oh, my New York came out. Did you hear that? Yeah. Live audience. Yeah, like 80 member people in the audience. We had a private deck. It used to be like, it's just like people's court, but people had to fight about something sexual, and it paid to be guilty in our courtroom.
Really? What happened?
That's where the punishment comes in, Someone's going to get a spanking or some kind of punishment.
Yeah.
Judge Julie laid down the law.
Was she rough?
She was, yeah. And it was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun, and really catapulted me into making my ass famous. And By the way, on Netflix, there's After Porn Ends 3, if you happen to watch that. It also talks about my evolution in the biz with Luke Wilder. It's a documentary. So check it out.
So let's go back to you meeting Jim South. This is, but first of all, let's say that the power of your spirit and mind together is unbelievable. Yours and a lot of people's. I don't know if people understand, but look what you did. You targeted and you did it. And does it surprise you how powerful you might be? Really? Because you're from way out there in the East Coast. This is LA. You come here with an objective and you complete it.
Yeah, to be on Playboy doesn't sound like a big aspiration, but it was my dream. So that was my dream. I followed it and I acquired it.
I mean, I don't disrespect it not being a big aspiration. You did it.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
To have my own TV show. Yeah. And to get to hang out with Hugh Hefner, that was awesome. And
he was a cool guy?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. Funny story though, I lost a touch with my brother when we graduated high school. He went his way, I went my way, and then fast forward like 30 something years later, he's like, "So what do you do? What are you up to?" Because we reconnected, and I'm like, "Well, what do you do?" Let me ask you first. See if he's cool or not. And it's funny too story though, but so he was pretty cool. Anyway, I told him, well, so like I'm out in LA and I did this show called Playboy Sex Court. He's like, wait a minute, I know that show. Oh my God, that was my sister. He didn't even recognize me, but 30 years later, we're all grown up, and he's like, oh, I know that show.
You didn't talk to him for 30 years?
Oh no, we kind of just, nothing, just went separate ways, kind of thing. Isn't that funny? How
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty strange. He didn't know it was you. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, and he lived in Madrid, Spain, so they aired it over there.
Well, that's probably why this girl's speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
No, they have subtitles. They edit.
No, dubbed. With the voice. Put your hand on my culo. Or something.
Mi mano en ti culo.
Yes, that's it.
Not Coolio.
Spanish, not so good.
So that's cool. But all right, the entry into porno. When I got the entry, it was very difficult to get into porno. It was not out there. But what year is this that you come out here? So you're divorced with your husband now?
Yeah, 95.
95? You leave Strong Island.
Yeah.
And you come out here.
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My car.
And you drive into LA?
Yeah.
You knew LA was the place?
Yeah, because Jim, good old Jim.
But how? How'd you know Jim? Because you met Jenna.
Right, Jenna.
In New York?
Yeah. In Vegas.
In Vegas.
Yeah, she's the one that connected me and changed everything.
But you called Jim up and you said, hey, I want to sign up. I mean, how'd that go? How'd that come about?
Yeah, just signed up, went on some go-sees and connected with Randy. But as my career progressed, I got in with Playboy on a softcore shoot, and then I got to know the people. So that's how I really kind of found my way in with Playboys on my own and just getting to know all the people.
But the stripper, you love Playboy. I know you love Playboy. Playboy. But the stripper, so you came to Vegas and started stripping?
Yeah, I was
from Strong Island?
Yeah, I was out there for like 10 months. That was something I always wanted to do also.
You told your mom you'd be a stripper, yeah.
Yeah, I just always wanted to. I don't know why. I think because as I was, years ago, I came out to Vegas and I went to a strip club and got to dance with a stripper with my husband. So, as a patron, it was a great experience. I thought, oh, that looks like a fun job. Let me just do it for a while. And so it was fun.
Was it money? Was there money involved too? I mean, of course there's money there, but did that entice you or inspire you?
Yeah.
Money?
Yeah. I wasn't the best dancer, I gotta say. Yeah, I was bad, actually. I mean, I would like kick some of the guys just by accident. I'd spill drinks. I would, it was just not, but I had so much fun. Oh, but not the best dancer.
In 95, I think this was a good time for strippers. I'm pretty sure, right?
Whoop,
Money
whoop.
was flying around, right?
Whoop, whoop.
I mean, I've talked to people in some of these time periods, and now being a stripper is not good. But in 95, I heard being a stripper was great.
Right.
What type of, night would you come home with? Like, what type of money would you come home with per night?
No, it wasn't really about the money for me, to be honest. I mean, it would be good money, but to be honest, I really just wanted to meet people and have this anonymous experience. So it was more about, for me, it was the experience and, of course, the fun and meeting all these people. Because think about it, I was just, divorcing and separating from a relationship. So, it was just, for me, just more about meeting people and, just enjoying Vegas because it looked like a great town. But it was just this momentary lapse of reasoning.
Did you like living there?
I did, but it was nicer to be by the ocean. I love the water. Vegas kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, dry.
Yeah. So it's much better and out here. Yeah.
So you met Jen at a club, and she said, "Here's Jim's phone number," and you just said, "I'm on my way to LA."
Yeah, that was it. You just gotta go for it sometimes.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
How did you like working with Jim?
Well, he said, "Honey, you're a bit old for this industry," because I was 33 when I was starting to be a model. You don't be a model at 33. That's when you retire. So he didn't think I would last very long.
Really? He said that to you?
Oh, no, he didn't say that I would last very long, but he did say I was a bit old to be in the industry.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but
you looked good.
my attitude was great. My body was young.
Yeah.
So I was blessed with good genes. So
Yeah.
and no tattoos, no silicone. So I think that helped. I was always on time. I always showed up on time. That's a pet peeve of mine. Big pet peeve.
Yeah.
And show up for when people didn't show up. So that kind of made me really go for a job, that were kind of last minute. Jim like, well, Silky, you want to go on another gig? I love doing a Jim South impression.
I love Jim. You got a lot of love for Jim?
I love him with all my heart, yeah.
I love him, He got so many people started, and he helped put money into so many people's pocket, and helped build so many futures for so many people.
Yes.
Really, he's, in my opinion, one of the greatest ever for me.
Yes, I did a lot for him as well, too, because Sex Court had a lot of litigants on the show, and they all went through Jim South. He was like forever grateful for connecting him with the Playboy gig. That was a good run. We filmed at Sunset Gower Studios. Do you know, they would shoot like HBO features right next door, which was kind of cool because we'd break for lunch and there's like, a French maid in the lunchroom and all these costume people, and there's the people from 6 Feet Under sitting there going,
Wasn't Dexter on that?
yes, yes. Oh my gosh, those were the days.
Did you talk to Dexter?
No. But, they put like 1 million plus Playboy into each episode when they would film.
$1 million plus?
Well, it was a big production, but they would film.
Are you kidding me? $1 million in
each shoot date, $1 million plus. We would shoot 4 cases, so about two shows per day, which was incredible. We would run for like 2 weeks straight like a dog, and then we'd be done for the year, you know.
Wow.
So we only shot once a year.
Did it pay well?
Yeah, it still plays well.
Oh, did it pay?
It did.
Oh, it still pays well?
It still pays well. Because, you know, one of the things, they put my website at the end of the title credits, you know, and it always freezes on that. AlexandraSilk.com.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Still get residuals.
So when you started working, you know, for Jim, did the work start coming fast? Was it slow? How'd it go?
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, I worked every day for like a year.
Yeah? Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's great. Every day.
Yeah.
So did you like the money or did you not care about the money?
I didn't think it was balanced, my effort versus what I was making. You know, I always thought, and I still do to this day, that actually you porn guys should be getting a lot more money than you're getting. Females as well, but I always root for higher pay for you guys.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, we still produce movies for Fallen Angel, you know, and Adam and Eve. So I'm always hiring talent, new talent, trying to get them the most. They deserve it. Really do.
So you were not impressed with the money you were making? You didn't feel that it was enough in those days?
No.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. But, I mean, you were happy, but you didn't feel it was worth enough. Were you happy?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
But then again, same thing. The experience was about, you know, the experience, you know, meeting all these people. It wasn't really about the money. You know, because you think about it, if you're a fan running loose in porno land, it's a great experience to
It's a dream.
meet, and eat all these people.
Were you a fan of anybody's?
Randy West.
You were a fan of Randy's?
That was super cool. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I was like, wow, Randy West. I tried not to geek out on him. But I probably did. It's funny. I don't watch my scenes and never really liked going back and watching my scenes. But I would want to watch that scene, that Randy West scene.
Yeah, I mean, he's old school. I think he's from like late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Which directors? Oh yeah, he was great. I mean, I really like Randy West. Which directors in those days? That's it, because that's 1 year you worked every day, so you got a real taste of everybody, right? In those days. So let's say those are your days mostly. Was that the 90s mostly your time, you think?
Right, yeah.
You kept working, but 90s mostly.
97, yeah.
Right. So you got in the business in 97 or 95?
Oh, yeah, like 95, 96. I was working like a dog. And then 98 is really where Playboy took off.
Okay. So you kind of backed away from
Yeah, right, because I was focusing on that. And my own company, fallenangel.tv. Woo woo. And
what directors did you like in those days?
oh my gosh. Well, you got to give props to David Christopher.
Really?
The Pussy Man. Yeah, I loved him. We almost died together.
Why? What happened?
But you know about that. No? Yeah? Oh. Eh? Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, 15 of us were on a boat shooting David Christopher's last Pussy Man 15, and the boat sank. Yeah, we had to get rescued by the Coast Guard. Woo woo. we made it on Jay Leno. He was like, hey, so did you hear about that boat full of porno people that sunk off the coast of Catalina? The Coast Guard couldn't tell the guys on board were porno studs because the water was cold, if you know what I mean. And and we all got arrested for offshore drilling. But we didn't get arrested. But we got saved. They sent out 2 helicopters. Fuck yeah, that was some serious stuff.
Well, why did it sink?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if there's any type of money involved, because if there was a problem, liability, the time is over.
Right. Yeah, true.
The 7 years is over, so you can talk.
True.
What happened?
Yeah.
Somebody made a mistake?
Yeah.
It ran into a rock? It ran into a boat? Or
precisely.
What? Ran into a rock?
I think so. Well, we were all underneath, so it's kind of hard to tell what it is that we hit. But then all of a sudden, phew, I got refrigerators coming at me. So I realized, well, okay, we just hit something. So we started taking in water. And it was like 6 o'clock at night. So remember Vince Foyer?
Was this in the summer or the winter?
April. So it's cold.
It's cold, but the time is getting dark about 7, so you're going to get scared.
Yeah,
right about now, right? Yeah. The sharks are going to come out.
Yeah.
So, Vince Foyer, go ahead.
Yeah. Luckily, there was 2 boats with us, and he went on ahead with the makeup artist with the film. So they actually saved the film. David, Pussyman 15, The Final Voyage. That should have told me not to get on it, that boat. Wow. Nina Hartley was on there, too.
Really?
Woo, and
What
Mr.
year was that?
Marcus and John Lipsum. Yeah. Huh. 97. It was 97. Yeah. And it was funny. I was like it was coincidentally a Jenna movie. Like 2 days later, it was a boat. But we didn't go anywhere. We were just docked on that one. But yeah, they were, that game of telephone where, you say something to someone and then they say to another and then another. And then by the time the story gets back to you, it's like a totally different story. So they were sitting there in the break room, these, some of the crew and cast talking, hey, so did you hear about that boat that sank? Yeah, they said, the captain was a little intoxicated. And they didn't realize I was on that boat. So that's when I said, what? Who? What? Really? What? So then I found out, he was a little intoxicated.
I never heard about that.
Yeah.
That's wild. That seems pretty scary because you could get hurt. You could die, you could drown, you could get eaten, you could get smashed. Mm-hmm. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, don't drink in boat.
That's a wild experience, Did you ever go in the back room with a fellow actor and, have sex for fun?
Oh, you mean the casting couch?
No, not the casting couch.
Oh.
No, just for fun. You and another actor, you say, hey, Mark Davis, because you said you like Mark Davis. With anybody? Did you ever do it?
Sure. Dave Hardman was known for that. After you're done with your scene, he still was like a bunny rabbit.
Really?
He still fucked you in the shower, and then you go out to the car, and then he still fuck you. He was fun like that, but Dave was one for that. But gotta be honest, I was always professional in a way where if I did do that, I didn't do it before the guy's scene.
Right. So you did it a few times after.
Well, yeah, after his scene.
Well, I think that's one of the perks of porno, don't you? Free love, sex, fun.
Yes.
I would never do something like that.
Little boner.
So when you were working every day,
Yeah.
That's a year of working basically every day, right?
Uh-huh.
Were you like, fuck, I'm getting tired, this is a lot of sex, I'm getting sore, or nothing fazed you and it was all the same? It was all great gravy, all good, all happy?
Yeah, for the most part, it was all really good experiences. Yeah. I can't complain about a thing. I really can't. Other than some people that would waste your time and your call time was 8 a.m. and you don't go on until 10 p.m. No. But so something like that. That's about the worst, though. You know, because everybody's really cool. I learned so much really hanging out on sets, though. Made me a better director and a better producer. Really being in the trenches like that. Learning and watching, observing, and it was important for me to never complain and to learn from all these other people's mistakes that I didn't have to make, but I learned from.
Oh yeah, it's easy to make mistakes.
Yes.
I mean, electronics make mistakes sometimes, right? Shit happens, so yes. People don't know that. There's a lot of crazy shit that happens when you're shooting.
Woo! One time I went to 1169 instead of 1196. I punched in the wrong GPS. Yeah, I went. Literally, I walked in the house. There was a shoot going on in the backyard. So I got into my bathrobe and it's just picking out some of the munchies in the kitchen. And then I realized, hey, that's two guys back there. What kind of shoot am I on? And then I saw the PA. I was like, hey, you know, I'm here. I guess I'm next. And the guy's like, you might be in the wrong house.
What the fuck? So the same street, the same day.
I just mixed up the
That is crazy. That's wild.
Yeah. It was my electronics fault.
Oh yeah, right. But I mean, that's pretty ironic that there's a shoot going on. You know, you punch in the address that's a shoot going on. That's fucking crazy.
Haven't you done that before? No.
What is the do you have any favorite scenes that you can remember?
For sure. Sex Across America. Oh my God, that series. We ran around all these different cities in America. Oh, that was a good one. There was one in Seattle where we did a scene in an elevator. It was a quickie little scene, a BJ scene.
You put the alarm on or the stop button, or what'd you do? I've done those before, you know.
Oh, you did? Really?
You gotta be careful because there's cameras and you're gonna get busted.
Yeah. Mm.
I did them in South America mostly, so there's not so many cameras back in those days. But
Yeah.
in America, you're looking for a little trouble.
Yes. You are on camera for sure. But yeah, I'd say that one particular scene stands out.
What directors again were your favorite?
David Christopher, PT.
PT, love PT.
Yeah. It was a good one. Of course, Luke Wilder.
I heard he's very good.
Yes, he's my favorite.
What type of sex do you prefer? Example, rough, soft, sweet, combination, something a little edgy like being tied up in the bondage. What is your favorite type?
Definitely, without a doubt, D, all the above.
All of it, huh?
Yeah, because, right, don't we have moods?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we really feel that need for, you know, just to be tender, and then sometimes it could be the ambiance that makes it a little calling for tough, rough stuff, and even you know, playing with, I think, fun things are doing like sensory deprivation things, like, you know, blindfolds, let's just say, something simple where you can close your eyes and really feel things heightened like a blind person, you know, when you have a sensory taken away, or even just held down. Sometimes that can be powerful in a way, you know. So I guess it depends on your mood. I hope that's not a lame answer, because there wasn't anything in specific, because I like not to get into habits, even with like our toys.
Yeah. I see sex become more moody as you get older.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
When you're younger, you don't really give a fuck. Just let's have sex.
Yeah.
But now, when you get older, you feel different ways, and you're a little more sensitive to your moods.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. But well, that's interesting. So, what is your favorite position?
Probably doggy. Yeah. Oh, I had to think about that. Did I get it right? Definitely doggy.
Doggy?
Yeah. It's just because of the angle. Yeah. It's a...
Your cervix.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I honed in on what I do like. But it's good to change it up every now and then.
What's your favorite size penis?
Less is more. Well, I do like, I'm an external girl. So I think I'm more of like I can't achieve orgasm through penetration.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah. Gotta give me the extra stimulation on that clit. So I'm always like, using a vibrator, and that's like, yay, our best friend. But not, 90%, didn't mean to shout, but 90% of females cannot achieve orgasm through penetration alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Alone, but I mean, combined with the stimulation of the clitoris.
Yes, the external.
Combined.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah.
So you're just saying, just straight having sex is
Yeah.
hard for girls to have orgasm.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But I'm a master of sex, so I pride myself on making them orgasm. But anyways, that's not this show. This is your show. So then, right, that explains to me pretty much that you like getting head more than giving head.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If I had to pick, I would say I love to give. I love to please. Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So you would rather give head than have your clit licked?
Yeah. I'm a big advocate of, I get from giving. I feed off of the energy, However, I always do everything for my own pleasure.
So it's conflicted.
Yeah. So if I'm giving head, it's probably because I'm enjoying it and I love it and I want to and it pleases me, so it's giving me pleasure.
Can you orgasm off giving head?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that with stimulation of your clitoris or non-stimulation?
Oh, no, I need stimulation.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is that, especially if the male's about to ejaculate as well, that can push me right over the edge. Feeding off of the energy of the other party, it's like this loop,
I agree. I'm that type of person. I'm all about the energy.
Yeah. Because when it's like this, you play with this ball of energy. First the ball's in your court, and then you put it back in my court. Then it's in yours, and then we play together, and then...
the energy, for me, is a big deal. I mean, just since you're talking about it. Yeah. Because I'm all about trying to keep raising the energy up. And I will use your energy against you. Believe me. I will suck it dry and use it to get you off.
Yes.
I won a lot of best sex scenes, and I was not even a politician. Had I been a politician, I would have won a lot more. You know what I mean? But, I'm pretty blunt, and people can't handle blunt. They'd rather have a soft little sucker or somebody that like the way they look more. So you don't want to show me your favorite penis size? Can you show it to people?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just...
Huh. You know what? This is actually a very nice description. And I tell you why, because it's not too big and it's not too small. Not too big, not too small.
So about 5 inches?
Yeah.
5.5 inches?
Yeah.
Let it be known. That's what she appreciates. The judge, let it be known to the court. All right, so...
But it's how you use it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but some girls need a little extra. That's factual.
Mm-hmm.
Because, why do you think Mother Nature made 20-inch dicks?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just the way it is. Mother Nature made them, I think. We didn't make them. Unless you believe that aliens came down and genetics, you know, worked with our genetics, you know, and engineered us. I don't believe that.
No.
I believe that it's Mother Nature mostly.
Yeah.
And so if Mother Nature gave you a 20-inch long dick, then it's going to be for somebody.
Although I felt for my friend with the big dick. He really struggled with it. It was a lot of work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you think that this was possibly abortion of genetics getting crossed and making this become deformed? Would you have thought that? Or might you think this?
Well, you're probably right. A lot of genetics he was a black man too.
Let's face the facts. If you want to, let's talk about this for a second. A lot of black women have big asses.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And so if an ass is, you know, really, really big and she eats a lot of food and becomes even bigger, right? You can't fuck her with the microscopic dick. How is that going to possibly work? It will not work. Mm. So for me, you know, I'm thinking of Mother Nature and how the human body adjusts to situations.
Yeah.
Yeah? You know, the body adjusts to everything.
Yeah.
And so here you got a guy that can fuck all the big asses in the village, right? Because he has a big dick. So if there's an ass that each cheek is this thick on each side.
Yeah.
You got to have 10 inches just to get past there, kind of. Mm. You know.
Yeah.
Not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's genetics. And so it's built for certain, you know, type of asses. Mm-hmm. But possibly, since it was so big, maybe it was deformed a little bit. Maybe some got crossed. Maybe it's only supposed to be 12 inches, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a geneticist.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just a porno guy.
There's something for everyone.
So, what awards have you won as an actress? Because we're going to go into your company in a little bit. But what awards as an actress have you won?
I've never won any.
Well, a performer, actress, you know? AVN, XRCO.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever won any award.
Really?
Yeah.
You get the Hall of Fame?
That's it, yeah. Oh, and best specialty tape for Fallen Angels Internal Affairs. Okay. So it was for a movie that FallenAngel.tv made about internal cum shots. You would think at that time, by the way, that was the best award ever because here's 7,000 releases a year. That year that we won, everybody and their brother had a camera. Everybody was a pornographer. 7,000 titles, new release that year.
What year was that?
I'm not certain. I'd like to say 2000, possibly. But we got an award for best new genre. It's like, how do you create a new genre in this market today? And the crazy thing is, it was real people having real sex. Wow. That was cream pie, internal cum shots, real people real couples having real sex. What a concept.
Oh, real people.
Yeah, real couples.
Real couples.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Was it good?
Yeah. Hot.
Really?
Hot. And there's this fetish about the cum. Some people are just driven about the cum and the oozing out of the pussy. It's a whole genre fetish. Cream pie, yeah.
I did it. I did some of those movies, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. We won an award.
That's good. Well, that's good. Did you feel you should have won more awards?
No, I don't care about the awards. Don't even submit. No.
I mean, shit. Well, some of them are very corrupt, so they just don't have any really merit to a lot of them. Sometimes there's a little merit, but sometimes it's a lot of bullshit.
It is the pat on the back for their hard work.
It's nice to get that pat on the back, but the reasoning, I believe, and the way they come about these decisions, I don't believe have much merit.
Right.
In general, on average, you know what I mean? Because I could give you a lot of examples, but I've already did that, you know what I mean? It's too negative.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I hear you.
But, all right, so, well, you already kind of answered the question about, I had this question about, you know, having sex with strangers, but you're all into that, so it's not even a question. So basically, right about now, it's time to bring on, is this your husband?
Yes.
Luke Wild.
20 years we've been married.
20 years.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Wow, that's serious.
Best friend in the whole wide world right by my side. I'm such a lucky girl. Yeah. Best friend in the world. I could tell him anything.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a long time, 20 years.
Yeah, and it keeps getting better and better and better. I gotta tell you, yeah, if you can share it and be open and honest and communicate well with your partner, you'll have a long-lasting relationship.
And you met him on the set?
Yeah. Well, a photographer, Peter Martin, at the time, who was still photographer, he introduced us. So I actually met him like at the Night of the Stars, one of the award shows.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Legend Award, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh,
that's where we met. And then, then we were introduced. And then we kept running into each other. And it kept being this friendship that lasted like 2 years. We were friends for several years first. But we just couldn't resist each other after a while.
Really?
Yeah, and then we just cleared the desk and fucked. And we've been inseparable ever since. And that's a story.
Well, let's get him on. Come on down.